It Gets Real with Karina. Each week, Karina will discuss serious topics and is not shy to tell you how it is. On her show, she covers day-to-day situations and provides her opinion along with feedback from her listeners.
Hey everyone, welcome back to It Gets Real with Karina. Today's topic is one that so many people can relate to, but don't always recognize until it's too late. Narcissists. The truth about narcissists, men, women, and beyond. We hear the word thrown around a lot, but what does it really mean? And how does narcissism look different in men, women, and people in general? Have you ever been manipulated, gaslighted, or left feeling like you're losing yourself in a relationship, whether it's with a partner, friend, family member, or even a coworker? This episode is for you. I want to break down the truth about narcissists, how they operate, and most importantly, how to protect yourself. So let's get into it. First, let's talk about what narcissism really is. A lot of people use the word casually, like, oh, he's such a narcissist because he takes too many selfies, or she's so full of herself. She must be a narcissist. But real narcissism goes way beyond being confident or liking attention. Narcissistic personality disorder, or NPD, is a real psychological condition. But even people without the disorder can have strong narcissistic traits that are toxic and damaging to those around them. The key traits of a narcissist include a sense of self-importance. They believe they're superior to others. A lack of empathy. They don't care about other people's feelings, and unless it benefits them, they just keep it moving. Manipulative behavior. They use others for their own gain. A deep need for admiration. They crave constant praise and validation. An entitlement. They believe they deserve special treatment. So whether they have the disorder or just strong traits, the results are the same. People around them end up hurt, confused, and drained. Now let's break down how narcissism shows up in different people. Narcissism doesn't have a gender, but men and women and people in general tend to express it in different ways. Narcissistic man. I gotta tell you a lot about that. Men with narcissistic traits are often dominant, controlling, and entitled. They might use their status, career, or money to manipulate people. In relationships, they love bombing you at first, showering you with attention, but once they feel like they have you, they start to devalue and control you. They may cheat, lie, or use intimidation to keep power over you. In my past relationship, the guy definitely was a narcissist. He's currently going around town lying about all type of crazy stuff and believing his own lies. That's a true narcissist. Also, there are narcissistic women. Women with narcissistic traits often use manipulation, playing the victim, or passive-aggressive control. They can be very jealous, competitive, emotionally draining. Instead of outright domination, they may use guilt, silent treatment, or smear campaigns to make you the bad guy. Ooh. Like I said, I had a guy like that. That ain't just for women. The men will do them silent treatments too. And also make you the bad guy to make them look better. Narcissism in different genders. For those who don't fit in the traditional male/female roles, narcissism still plays out similarly, with control, manipulation, and lack of empathy at the core. No matter the gender, the result is the same. They leave you questioning your reality and feeling drained. Now let's talk about narcissistic people and getting in your head. So basically, if you ever dealt with one, you've probably experienced some of these tactics. Gaslighting. They make you doubt your reality. They'll say that never happened or you're too sensitive to make you question yourself. Love bombing. At first, they flood you with attention and gifts to hook you up and hook you in. But once they're in control, the switch flips. Silent treatment. And I've had this happen to me. Woo, 6-day silent treatment, y'all. They will ignore you as a form of punishment, making you desperate for their approval. Okay. Now, this is so crazy to me because, like I've said in previous shows, I'm the type of person who does not like to go to sleep angry. And I would tell all of my partners this. Like, before I even get serious with them, I will tell them, like, listen, if you hold on to grudges and you like to go to bed sleeper, man, that's not for me. They will reassure you that that's not the case. Of course, in the beginning, that's part of the love bombing. They will make sure that you understand that that's not the case. And as you get good and you start falling, they'll switch up, which is so crazy. I just don't understand it. I just can't. So blame shifting is also another one. Nothing is ever their fault. They turn every argument around on you. That is a huge one, y'all. I really despise that. Does this sound familiar to y'all? If so, let's talk about how breaking out is the best option from a narcissist. Dealing with a narcissistic person is exhausting, but you don't have to stay trapped. You don't have to stay trapped inside of their cycle. Here's how you can protect yourself. I want you to set firm boundaries. Say no, and I want you to mean it. Narcissists hate boundaries because they can't control you if you have them. Limit or cut contact. If possible, go no contact. If not, keep communication minimal and emotion free. So I really would advise people to go no contact. Now, sometimes in most instances, you will have to reach out to someone. I think I reached out to someone about paying me my money back in my last relationship because he owed me money. And then he never got back with me, so he never paid me the money, so he still owed me like $400. But I'm like, okay, I'm not taking it to court, whatever. He needed more than me. But my thing is, if I would have reached back out, then communication could have continued. Being that I wasn't in the space to even really want to talk to that person, it probably would have just been a back and forth of arguments. So it's better to just go no contact. If you don't have kids with that person, it's easier to like shut the door and keep it moving because y'all have nothing tied to each other. Y'all don't live together. Y'all don't share any bills, houses, cars, or anything like that. It is so much easier to be able to go no contact. And then also when it comes down to the healing phase of it, because at the end of the day, if you were truly in love with that person, or if you love that person deeply, it's not just going to be like, oh yeah, whatever, it is what it is. If that's how you feel, then the love was never there. But it is a phase where you have to learn to heal and go on no contact. Yeah, you might think about that person, but at the end of the day, it is more healthier for you just not to reach out, not to say anything, so you can get over that person. And just not reaching out to them, not texting them, not going on their pages, not listening to their shows or anything like that. It definitely will help in that sense of healing. And in most cases, it's best to just be away from them because the healing gets easier and you don't have to keep being reminded of the trauma that you experienced. Also, don't feel for their guilt trips. They'll try to make you feel bad for standing up for yourself. I don't want you to fall for it. I do not want you to fall for it. Yes, stuff happens. And they're always going to turn it around on you and try to make it seem like that they're the victim in a situation. Narcissists have it bad. They have it bad when it comes to like trying to play the tricks on you and start making you question your own situation. Like, dang, did I really do that? Or dang, well, I shouldn't have done that because then this wouldn't have happened. Or you know what? Or dang, maybe he was just going through or she was going through. And no. Stop allowing narcissists to make you feel like you're a little loony when really they in the wrong. And they'll try to flip it like they're not. So don't allow people to make you fall for their guilt trips. And also get support. Talk to people who understand, whether it's a therapist, a support group, or trusted friends. I do have a therapist. I honestly had a therapist all my life, but like when I became later in my teens, like a young adult, I really didn't have a therapist at all anymore. So I recently got one, like I want to say a year ago. And when I say it is so phenomenal, because of course your therapist is a private person to talk to. They cannot tell anybody about what you guys talk about. So it's not going to leave the room. And it's just another person's ears to listen to. And they can give you actually the best advice. the better advice. Because sometimes we can talk to our friends, we can talk to our family, we can talk to our boys, our homegirls, and they are going to be on your side most of the time. They're not going to always give you the mental clarity that you need, especially when you are in the wrong. But as a narcissist, shoot, you telling people stuff that ain't really true because you believe in your own lies and you want people to guilt trip the other person. So yeah, your friend might be on your side because you actually think it's something when it ain't, and you know what you did. So at the end of the day, it's best to talk to an outside source. We don't need to always bring people into situations when it comes to anything. In a relationship, friendship, whatever. We don't need people to take sides. And in most cases, if that's your homegirl, your homeboy, they go take sides. They go take sides because they don't like for their family member to be hurt, or they don't like for their family member to hear the truth. Because a lot of times the family member might not even like the truth. The boyfriend might not like the truth. The girlfriend might not like the truth. The best friend might not like to hear what they need to hear. But in the end, it's reality. And most importantly, I want you to focus on your healing. Narcissists tear people down, but you can rebuild. It takes time, but you deserve peace. You've been going through this a long time. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but I know that it is some people out here who have been victims of narcissism. And it is a real disorder. People are really out here believing their own crap. They're out here just doing things that they know they shouldn't be doing, saying things that they know they shouldn't be saying, treating people wrong. Treating people wrong. It is so sad. It's sad that people can believe their own lies. They don't appreciate what they have when it's in front of them. They don't respect other people's feelings. It is super toxic to stay in a situation that is making you feel away. It's super toxic to stay around people who even do things that narcissist is presenting. Sometimes you got to be careful who you even sit down and talk to. Friend, family, foe, I don't care. Be careful because demonic spirits do jump off of people onto other people. And when you talking to these narcissists, you don't want them to be shedding all of their negativity all on you. And a lot of times while they lying, it ain't even, a lot of times they ain't even telling the truth about most of the things that they do or going through or that they experience. It's all a lie. It is all a lie, and it's sad. I've, like I said, dealt with a narcissist for the last almost a year and a half. And in the beginning, like they said, love bombing, it's a real thing. In the beginning, it's like, oh my gosh, you're everything that I hope for. You're everything that I prayed for. That's how it is at the beginning. And then the thing about it is you be seeing like the true colors, but you ignore it. You ignore it and you just keep it moving. But then finally all the manipulative ways of the narcissist comes out. They play the victim. They turn every situation around. So they're not the ones who's hurt. Like I said, they use guilt to control people. And they say things like, after everything I've done for you. And they love to play people against each other. They're very jealous. Narcissism is real. It will give you a sense of jealousy. And they love to be narcissistic people love to be competitive, even with their own friends. Have you ever had a friend who seemed supportive at first, but then you noticed she was always putting you down? Or a woman in your life who made every issue your fault, even when she was the one wrong? Yeah. That's what a female narcissist looks like. She may not yield or be aggressive, but she'll manipulate you so well that you start questioning yourself. It's crazy. It's crazy. But when we think of narcissists, we usually think about men, and that's because they're often the most obvious about it. Narcissistic men tend to be dominant, like I said, and controlling. It is sad. Think about a guy who acts super charming at first, like I said previously, in my last relationship. Like, they make you feel like the most special person in the world, then little by little, they start making backhanded comments, controlling who you talk to, and blaming you for every little thing. Like, I'm going back, like, wait a minute, what did I do? What did I say? Like, and a lot of times it wasn't even my fault, y'all. I was just so used to being trapped into thinking that what it wasn't what it was. So it kind of confuses you in a way, being around something like that, because I never really experienced, like, I experienced a liar and a cheater, but that person didn't, I feel like this person didn't make it seem like it was okay. Like, I knew about certain things and it was kind of like in my face. But when it comes to dealing with a narcissist, it's like they make it all gravy, like all great. So it's like covered in, let me see, what, a donut covered in chocolate. Like, they're making it look so good. And then when you lick the chocolate off, if you really, really a chocolate lover, it ain't as good as it seems. So it's kind of like, I think that's a good way to explain it. But I just want y'all to get really healed and get free from any type of narcissistic behaviors. It's not okay, and it's not always easy to heal from it. But take one day at a time, pray about it, fast about it, and also be aware of the signs that I've told you about in this episode. I want you guys to protect your heart. Protect it, because other people won't, and they don't really care. They really don't care about your heart. That's the whole point. Like, of course, they're going to make it seem like they do, but they really don't. So it's up to you to protect what's yours. And that's your heart. And you deserve better. Like, don't let nobody play you. Don't let nobody little bow wow you. So I know this show was a bit long. And then the thing about it is, when you talk about important topics like narcissistic people, it gets very deep, and then it also is a trigger for some people. So I don't want to make this episode too long, but I also wanted to be very firm, open, and honest about the dealings with narcissism, because it is something that happens on a daily basis, and some people don't even know that they're going through it. But I hope I gave you some clarity on narcissism and how to protect yourself. Have you dealt with a narcissist before? I would love to hear from you. You could DM me on TikTok, Instagram. You could leave a comment or text on this app as well. You could text me. And also, I want you guys to know that you could send in a question for a future episode. And if you found the episode helpful, share it with someone who needs it. And if you have any ideas on different episodes that you would like to hear, any topics, let me know. I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, your peace is priceless. Until next time, take care.